Can we please welcome the President of the Nigerian Society of Victoria, Mrs. Remi Yusuf.
Person work hard, you they call her grace. When you they sleep, they work for it. I know I talk before them go say, this small boy he don't come again. I want get money like that go there. Go also share you not the shame. Only you want no sato break coconut water for your head.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to start by respectfully acknowledging the traditional owners and their custodian of the lands on which we meet, the Wurundjeri land. I acknowledge the cultural and spiritual connection that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples have with the land and the sea. I pay my respect to elders past and present, as well as the existing and emerging leaders who work together in partnership on this journey. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples here today. I also acknowledge the founders and past leaders of the Nigerian Society of Victoria and all the elders of this great community, especially those that are present here today. I thank you all for the opportunity to gather here as one big family. I want to welcome our special guest, Councillor Sophie Wade, Mayor of the City of Yara. Mr. Raphael Molu, representative of the Nigerian High Commissioner to Australia, Mrs. Abiola Akimbiyi, Commissioner for Victoria Multicultural Commission, Mr. Elvis Nwachuku, President of the Igbo Association of Victoria, Mr. Charles Oguntade, President of the Yoruba Cultural Association, Mr. Peter Imalenowa, President of the Edo Club of Victoria. All our sponsors and our donors, I want to say thank you, and our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today marks the independence anniversary of our country, Nigeria. While many have despondent thoughts about Nigeria because of the current state of our motherland, however, we have people that gives us hope. It will be fair to say that there is no nation without its problems. The people that came to Australia before us, I mean the likes of the Polish, the Ukrainians, the Italians, the Greeks, the Russians, and so forth, cannot say their country is problem-free. Yet, they celebrate what makes them who they are, their identity, their heritage, from generation to generation. If I'm correct, most of us have been asked at one point where we originally came from. Even our children that are born in Australia or outside Nigeria get asked the same question, despite their thick Australian accent. The people that ask such questions are only curious to know their heritage or our heritage. Sometimes to identify with us because they have traveled or worked in Nigeria. Some were born in Nigeria and they are yearning for identification. I'm sure there has not been a time that we have not mentioned Nigeria with pride in our hearts because of our individual achievement. This, my friends, is worth celebrating. I remember how much we celebrated the Nigerian basketball team when they were here in Australia for the championship, wearing the white and green and proudly carrying our flag. I remember how we celebrated the bobsled team at the Tokyo Olympics, even though we have no snow at all in Nigeria, and these guys were not born and have not lived in Nigeria. They were proud to parade Nigeria. What about Anthony Joshua? And recently, the sensational that we have around Toby Amushon, who became a sprinting sensation. We all celebrated her, and we're all proud to be Nigerians. We celebrate our football team, win or lose. We are quick to parade the fact that Nigeria heritage people are the most educated people in the United States. 98% of Nigerian heritage in Australia are hardworking professionals and students. Why then are we reluctant to celebrate ourselves? Why are we reluctant to give our children and generations to come that sense of identity and pride, to say that they are from Nigeria? Today, as we celebrate our National Day, the 62nd Independence Day, let us remember those that fought for our freedom, the freedom that gave us the passageway to Australia. Let's continue to embrace our culture, our heritage, in good times and in bad times, while we hope for a better tomorrow for our motherland. Thank you, Australia, for letting us adopt this country, and Nigeria for giving us our heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy the fanfare and merriment of this afternoon. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing.